Learn from the great teacher. Let the young children come to me, and do not try to stop them. Luke 18:16. What children need from parents? All parents participate in an event that is beyond full human understanding. They each contribute a part of themselves. As a result, what develops within the mother is a fully formed living person. It is not surprising, therefore, that when a baby is born, people speak of the event as the miracle of birth. Of course, producing children is only the beginning of the responsibility of parents. At first, human babies are almost entirely dependent, but as they grow, they need more than physical attention. They need help to develop mentally, emotionally, morally, and spiritually. To realize wholesome development, children especially need the love of parents. Although verbal expressions of love are important, actions need to back up the words. Yes, children need a good parental example. They need moral guidance, principles by which to live. And they need these from their tender years on. Heartbreaking things can and do happen when children do not receive help until it is too late. The best principles that can be found anywhere are those found in the Bible. Instruction based on the Bible has unique advantages. Through such instruction, children come to realize that what they are being told is not what some human says, but what their Creator, their Heavenly Father, says. This gives the counsel strength that cannot be equaled. The Bible encourages parents to work hard to impress right principles on the minds of their children. As children grow older, however, parents often find it difficult to talk with them about things that matter the most. This book, Learn from the Great Teacher, is designed to help prevent such a situation from developing. It will provide you and your children with spiritual material to read together. But more than that, it should stimulate conversation between young ones and those who read this book with them. You will notice that the book calls for a response on the part of children. Many well-placed questions are provided in the printed material. When you come to these, you will see a dash. This is a reminder to pause and encourage the child to express himself. Children like to be involved. Without that involvement, a child will quickly lose interest. More important, though, these questions will help you to learn what is on the child's mind. True, the child may come out with answers that are not correct, but the printed material that follows each question is designed to help the child to develop wholesome patterns of thinking. A special feature of the book is its more than 230 pictures. Most of these have captions that call for a response from the child based on what he sees and has read. So pause the recording and review the pictures with the child. They can be a fine teaching aid that will drive home the lessons being taught. When the child learns to read, encourage him to read the book to you as well as to himself. The more he reads it, the more its good counsel will be impressed on his mind and heart. But to strengthen the bonds of affection and respect between you and your child, by all means read the book together, and do it regularly. In a way that seemed almost unimaginable a few decades ago, children are exposed to illicit sex, spiritism, and other degrading practices. So they need protection, which this book helps to provide in a dignified yet straightforward manner. Yet, children especially need to be directed to the source of all wisdom, our Heavenly Father, Jehovah God. This is what Jesus, the great teacher, always did. We sincerely hope that this book will help you and your family to mold your lives so as to be pleasing to Jehovah, to your eternal blessing. Chapter 1. Why Jesus was a Great Teacher. More than 2,000 years ago, a very special child was born who grew up to become the greatest man who ever lived. No one living way back then had airplanes or automobiles. There were no such things as televisions, computers, and the internet. The child was given the name Jesus. He became the wisest man ever to walk the earth. Jesus also became the best teacher. He would explain difficult things in ways that made them easy to understand. Jesus taught people everywhere he met them. He taught them at the seashore and on boats. He taught them in homes and when travelling. Jesus did not have a car, nor did he travel by bus or train. Jesus walked from place to place teaching people. We learn many things from other people, but we can learn the most important things from the great teacher Jesus. It is in the Bible that Jesus' words are found. When we hear those words from the Bible, it is just as if Jesus were talking to us. Why was Jesus such a great teacher? One reason is that Jesus himself had been taught, and he knew how important it is to listen. But to whom did Jesus listen? Who taught him? His Father did, and Jesus' Father is God. Before coming to earth as a man, Jesus lived in heaven with God. So Jesus was different from other men, because no other man lived in heaven before being born on earth. In heaven, Jesus had been a good son, one who listened to his Father. Jesus was therefore able to teach people what he had learned from God. By listening to your father and mother, you can copy Jesus. Another reason why Jesus was a great teacher is that he loved people. He wanted to help people learn about God. Jesus loved grown-ups, but he loved children too. And children liked to be with Jesus because he would talk to them and listen to them. One day, some parents brought their young children to Jesus, but his friends thought that the great teacher was too busy to speak with little children. So they told them to go away. But what did Jesus say? Jesus said, "Let the young children come to me. Do not try to stop them." Yes, Jesus wanted the young children to come to him. So even though he was a very wise and important man, Jesus took time to teach little children. Mark 10:13 and 14. Do you know why Jesus taught children and listened to them? One reason is that he wanted to make them happy by telling them things about God, his Heavenly Father.